Hey, this is Trader Travis with a special bonus video for you today. Now, the video you're about to watch is a video I released to students of the Option Profit Formula Success Academy. If you're not familiar with the Success Academy, it's my highest end training program. I take about 100 people a year and I walk them through every strategy I use and I've learned over the 15 years I've been trading options. So this video you're about to watch is not public training. This is training it is exclusive to my students, but it was so much wisdom in it as far as, learning how to evaluate this current market we're in right now, because the market has been falling in price for about a year. And so I want to walk you through, and I guess to show you, there are tools and techniques you can use to benefit from stocks falling in price and not become an innocent victim to a market crash. And so I walked them through at least 2 ways they can trade the current market and its falling in price. And I'll also share, some of the tips and techniques I learned from a billionaire investor. So I hope this video adds value to your life, and let me know in the comment section if you like more like this. Again, this is exclusive training only for Success Academy members, but I can make some of our private training publicly available so that we can also add value to your life. And maybe one day you will join us inside of this community, because we are loving it. We're a really, really close-knit community, and we're rallying together, building wealth together. Hey, this is Travis, and I am recording what I feel is probably going to be one of the most important videos I have ever recorded for you. I'll get to that in a second, but what I want to do is recap what we've already been through, because I had told everybody starting last year that I would walk everybody through this bear market, and I've been doing that for almost a year now, but I have a healthy suspicion that people aren't keeping up. People aren't staying in tune. People aren't watching 100% of what I put out. And if you don't do that, it's impossible for me to walk you through this bear market, and you will miss out. And there is no second chance, because this is the first time in almost 7 years that you've had a chance to really participate in a market crash. And if you miss this one, then you're going to have to wait, another several years, which may be okay, but this is an opportunity to make a lot of money. So starting back here, let's pull up a chart first. We can see now that this S&P 500 started falling in price. It hit a high about May. Then it broke what I called a ascending line of resistance right here. If we draw it around this price point, we can see prices broke through this ascending line of, not resistance, this ascending line of support on or around June, July. And this is, if you check the live calls back in 2015, this line is what we would draw on every single call, because it had held for 2 years. So it broke that line there. And what do you notice here? On or around July 1st, we had a live call, and I told people, hey, here's what happened. It wasn't a webinar, it was an audio, but if you listen to that, you will hear me say that it broke the 2-year ascending line of support we've been drawing. Most likely prices will fall from this point. I even talked about the market club trade triangles. So that was your first signal, okay? And then it did in fact happen, and has not gone back up since then. Now, this isn't some guru coming after the fact, 2 years after the fact, in a newspaper saying, oh, I called the market crash and I knew it. This is happening in real time. You're seeing that, it's not after the fact. And then if you proceed forward and you listen to all the other updates here, stage 3.5 or the trade alert or thoughts on the market, I'm sharing, and I'm slowly sharing the progress of the market. Now we go to 2016, same thing. I'm starting to teach you the secrets of a billionaire investor. Why? I'm showing you how to protect yourself during a crash. Here's what a billionaire investor would do. You either go in all cash, you buy at the bottom, or different things like that, preparing your mindset. Also, walking you through slowly, stage 4 of a market crash. All right. So I am actually walking people through, but you have to keep up, and I'm not going to apologize, because I'm going to do everything in my power to make sure you benefit, but you have to make it a priority. I am showing up. I'm taking time away from my family. I'm prioritizing my life. And I hope and expect people to do the same thing. I try to make the videos short enough so that you have time to watch them. But you know what? I make them as long as they need to be. That's really what it comes down to. So follow the 15-minute plan. Watch a video 15 minutes, watch an audio 15 minutes a day. Then you have no excuse to get through this material. But I don't want you to miss out. Now, with all that being said, I am going to walk you through a trading exercise. We're going to have a trading challenge, and I am going to ask you to level up. I am going to ask you to be a better version of yourself. I want to make sure that you make a lot of money during this market and not sit on the sideline stuck in confusion or suffering in silence. So you're going to trade right alongside with me, and I am challenging you to step up and make it happen. To if life gets in the way, say, screw you, life. This is important, and I'm going to make time for my own trading. That's the only way you're going to benefit from this. Okay, so what I'm going to do is walk you through how to trade this current market, because I'm seeing a lot of buzz online. Luckily, I'm keeping my ear to the ground, trying to keep a pulse on what's going on in people emotionally, what I see. I'm getting emails from other gurus right now. I'm selling other courses, and one in particular, which shall remain nameless, is walking people through and some marketing and sales video. People have to understand that. Luckily, I had a mentor who was a salesman. Luckily, he was an enlightened millionaire. So he would walk people through what goes on in the psychology of selling, but he would always care for us. And he said, look, you have to just understand, so you're not someone's victim. You have to understand what's going on, and then you willingly enroll in that course or things like that. But you have to be able to, in your mind, separate marketing from truth. And so in marketing, people will tell you in some of these videos, will say, oh, these are the best strategies to use right now in the market. And they will touch on your pain points, your struggle points, and why you're struggling with this volatility. So what they will use is the current market's environment and your current frustrations to hit those pain points. And then they will say, hey, here's the solution, right? And then they will say, well, here's the strategies you need. And this same guru is one who did the same thing about a year or so ago and showed all these winning trades and how this is the strategy you need right now. So I was like, it's a lower end course. Let me enroll in it. And I invited other people to enroll in it. So he was saying that you could double your money in these trades using this approach. So me and about 100+ other people enrolled, and we formed a little private secret mastermind where we traded alongside. I didn't make money, and neither did the majority of the other students. The majority of them lost money, and we couldn't figure it out. So I was like, well, it's not just me. I had 100+ other people doing this right alongside me, and it couldn't work for us. But yet, in his marketing, he was showing trades that were doubling in price and telling you that this was a strategy that was working right now. So when reality didn't match up with his marketing, and that's what you always want to see. Luckily, again, I learned from someone who was an enlightened millionaire, who's a very honest, ethical man. So what he taught me matched up with my reality, and that's what I hope you experience with me. So I'm going to walk you through my reality and my truth, and we're going to do it in real time. And so that way you can distinguish marketing from realities, because in the perfect world, the marketing should match up with the reality, your real world results. Okay. So I'm saying that so you can stay focused, so that you don't get dissuaded and influenced by someone else's marketing. If the strategies work right now, great. But again, this same person said the same thing last year and it didn't work. So, I take what he says now with a grain of salt. He's not necessarily mean he's a liar. It doesn't mean his strategies didn't work. As I told people in that mastermind, I just couldn't get them to work. And so that's what I have to base my decisions off of. Okay. Now, with that tangent aside, let me come here to look at the trade triangles. Another thing I'm keeping my posts on, I notice in Market Club, people are like, oh, the trade triangles are, the big three are almost all positive and time to make some trades, right? I'm like, okay, I am not buying it. I am not at all impressed by this. And I heard a very, very, very smart guy who has nothing to do with the stock market. If you ever, it was a podcast. The guy who is the Searching for Bobby Fischer, the chess movie. The movie was based off of this guy. So this guy, I don't know why, but I don't know his history, but I know he trains professional money managers. This guy is not even a stock market expert, but he said something that he even noticed. I'm like, oh, I'm glad he feels the same way. The reason I'm not impressed with this is because this guy, a chess prodigy now, who can use his rational mind, who trains professional investors, he helps professional investors with their psychology and things like that. So he talked about it. He said, well, I don't know if we're in I think he used a baseball analogy, in the last inning of a bull market, or if we're in the beginning inning 1 or 2 of a bear market, because he talked about the markets falling. He said, or if we're in overtime, we're in an extra inning of a bull market. He said, but the one thing I do know is that the market is going to fall sometime soon. I just don't know when. Because he talked about it. The reality I keep talking about, the market has been going up since 2009. This is an unsustainable movement. It's going to crash in price eventually. So the guy was right, is what we say, trade what we see, not what we think we're going to see. And he's saying, look, either this bull market will continue, so the trade triangles may be correct. The market may go up from here, and we could go into an extra inning of a bull market, overtime per se. But eventually that overtime has to end, and then the bear market has to start. So that's scenario number 1. Scenario number 2, it could be like he said, I'm showing you we're in stage 4 market crash. It doesn't guarantee the market will crash. All we do is trade what we see. We're in stage 4. So like he said, we could be in the early innings of a market crash, and no one else knows about this. No one else is talking about it. They think the market may go up from here. So we are watching what's going on in real time and keeping our thoughts and predictions where they belong, to the side. And I showed you on last several videos on the live call and the last couple of educational videos I put out that I'm not buying it because of all this volatility, all this excitement. People are getting excited about the trade triangles. And I'm like, look, I'm looking at what's actually happening. And people corrected me on the call. I think I said lower lows, but I meant lower highs. The market has a lot of volatility. We've had lower highs. I won't get impressed unless the market precedes its previous high right here. Okay. And right now it is right at the descending line of resistance. And let's drill down to a 9-month chart so you can see it better. So even though the trade triangles are signaling that the market may go up, this is the perfect opportunity where people get caught. They get excited, and as soon as they jump in a bunch of bullish trades, the market tanks on them. I'm not even going to put any moving averages here. You can put on your moving averages to see what they're doing too, to see if the 230 and 7 or 8, whatever combinations you use, what are they doing? So you can overlay those two as visual aids to kind of help you step back and see what's really going on there. But I won't get excited. I won't really be impressed until it passes its previous high. So if the market keeps going up from here, if it breaks this descending line of resistance, if it goes up from here, this is one way you can trade this current market. You can trade the space in between this. If it breaks this line, this resistance then becomes support. So you could trade the space between this support and this resistance up here. So you could do income trades. Not really, I don't necessarily say you should do directional trades as your choice, but maybe income trades. Directional trades may be a little bit more risky because the market could fall from here. So you want to test the waters. If you make money with an income trade, then take that profit and get in a directional trade if you want. So that's one way you could trade this current market. Another way is you could predict the market crashes and then, trade some bearish strategies. Of course, I would not condone that. Of course, I would tell you not to do that. But I know that's what some people are thinking, but I'm going to wait patiently. So that's another way. And then, or you could do what I am doing. Okay, let's pull up Market Club again. Let's look at the chart of Apple. Apple has been in a downward trend lately, just triggered for monthly today. We could pull up the S&P 500. Do the charts look the same? No, but they both have been going down, but the charts don't look the same. So what I'm looking for is market risk. I'm looking for, has Apple been influenced by the general market? Maybe, but not entirely. But I'm looking at the monthly trade triangle, and I'm not going to do directionally. I'm like, what? Apple may be bottoming out from here. Since 2008, the only time the monthly has not worked on Apple is back here in last November. Let's drill in so you can see it a little better. Let's see, we may need a 1 year chart here. We can see it monthly triggered and then it fell right after that. But the daily kicked in right after that to signal you that it was going down. It was going to go down as well as the weekly. So the trade triangles will protect me, if it starts to fall from here. So only one time since 2008 has a monthly not worked. So I keep that in mind that they work pretty well on Apple. Again, I'm not trading directionally. I don't trust the market. I'm only trading this one stock. So what I did was open some income trades, some credit spreads on Apple. So that's one of the ways I'm doing. I traded some credit spreads here on Apple based on the Market Club's trade triangles. Now, what I want you to do is find your own stock. And here's the criteria. This month in April, you can only trade 3 positions. That is it. 3 trades the entire month. And so let me try to explain this a little better, because I made more than 3 trades on, no, I made actually 3 trades on Apple today. Okay. So I'm not saying 3 stocks. I'm saying 3 trades. That is it. Okay. Now, why do I say only 3? And only 3 this month. So, because what that will make you do is be hyper focused, hyper selective. If you know you only have 3 trades, you're not going to trade any and everything, because once your 3 is up, you're done. Like, I am done. I can't trade anymore this month based on that trading challenge, right? I only can trade 3 trades. I open all 3 right now today, so I'm done. I only had 3 chances. When you know, it's like if you really pay attention, if you really meditate on your life, like you only get 1 chance of life, there is no second chances. I think we will all do better at eating and getting healthy and all that like that, but we take it for granted. But if you do this exercise, it will keep you hyper focused and hyper selective. You won't waste your 3 opportunities. You will be super selective, and you will hone in on the 3 best opportunities, because you know you only have 3 chances. So you only can open 3 trades. Now, I'm not saying 3 stocks. I mean literally 3 trades. And that is it. So see if you can do that. And there's other psychological things like patience and discipline you're building up, which we won't get into. But I invite you to trade that challenge with me. And let's see if you can make money just with 3 trades. And let's see what it does to your performance if you only can make 3 trades this month. So that's my challenge for you. If you have any questions, if that is not clear, let me know in the comment section. So I showed you my 3 trades. I just made 3 credit spreads on Apple. Okay. You can post your 3 trades below this video, and I will post my results when these finish, and we will see what our results are. Because again, not only have I walked you through this bear market by way of educational videos and live calls and things like this, now we want to take it a step further. I want to give you a trading challenge and see if we can trade amongst this chaos that's going on right here in the market. And I'm only going to give you 3 chances to do that. 3 opportunities this month, 3 trades. All right, so that's all I'll have for you. Again, if that doesn't make sense, let me know. Now, before I let you go, I'm going to wax on philosophically real quick about the different things you could do during a bear market. And we kind of talked about it on the live call. I think I talked about it on the live call as well as some of the market crash updates here. And I talked about the things you can do during a bear market. Matter of fact, it was in the last live call where I said, well, how you can trade a bear market is, 1, you can scale back. How you can handle the volatility is you can scale back and risk, 0.5, maybe 1% of your account. So you can, handle these volatile swings right here. Another option you have is to stay in cash. Now, here's, I guess, why it dropped in my mind this week, listening to the marketing videos of that particular guru. He was encouraging, well, in my opinion, he was touching on people's frustrations and saying that the reason you're losing money right now is because you don't have the right strategy to work in this market. And I'm here telling you that if you can't find a trade, stay in cash, right? And I don't know if he said that. I didn't watch the full videos. He might have said stay in cash. But what that does is it plays on your psychology, and you think that being in cash is a weak position. And I'm like, you just don't flipping get it. Really, like Warren Buffett is the world's richest investor. Now, I'm not saying you in particular. I'm saying other people don't get it. He's a billionaire. Anybody with 1 million years would take $1 billion over $1 million. And if you watch him, if you listen to him, especially during the last market crash, he was ridiculed so bad before the last market crash, actually, about all the billions in cash he was sitting on. I mean, people called him all kinds of things. And I'm like, man, they just don't get it. Like, really, like, how can they criticize someone who's a billionaire? He has more money than them. Obviously, he didn't do that by accident. And so people get convinced that staying in cash is a weak position. If it was so weak and it was such a wrong position, then why does Warren Buffett do it more than anybody else, right? That's why he has billions and everyone else is struggling financially, at least in my opinion. So people get convinced that staying in cash is a bad position. And I'm saying, well, you have two ways to trade this current market. You can believe that cash is a weak position and you should be able to trade any market environment. You should have a strategy to trade any market environment. Well, yeah, you can. The income trades and, the credit spread, you can trade that in any market environment. But just because you can trade something doesn't mean you should, right? Results don't lie. Either you're rich or you're not. Either you're successful or you're not. So look at your results. Are your results showing you that your approach is working? Because don't listen to someone else. Don't let someone else convince you that cash is a bad position and that you need all these other strategies right now to trade. Because I am saying, look, I'd rather listen to a billionaire, not someone selling me a course or things like that. I'd rather listen to a billionaire, not only listen to him, but watch what he does. And he stays in cash and he waits for the optimal opportunities. So those are the two ways. You can, convince yourself that cash is a weak position and you can jump in here with the more advanced strategies and things like that. And if you make money, great. Again, results don't lie. You always want to look at your results. Don't listen to me. Trust but verify. Look at your results. If you're doing something opposite of what I'm saying and you're making money kicking butt, making 10% a year like one of my students emailed me, go for it. Don't let me convince you otherwise. Results don't lie. Always look at your results. But if your results aren't ideal, you have all the proof you need that what you're doing is not working and it's time to do something different. Okay? So approach number one would be to be aggressive and trade. But here's the fallacy or here's the challenge with that. Where is that motivation coming from? That motivation to me comes from greed. Because when I hear people talk about it is that, oh, I see the market moving. I should be able to trade right now. That's coming from a place of greed, a place of making money. But if you listen to the last live call we did, a lesson on losing money, you will see how dangerous that belief can be. Because when I hear people talk about all the other strategies they can use, they never talk about losing money. It's always about what they can make. But I never hear them talk about losing money. But if you really got what I shared with you in the last lesson, you will get why that's a dangerous belief sometimes. And the more beneficial belief would be Warren Buffett's belief of staying in cash. That's a conservative approach. That's the second way I could say you could trade this market. Just be conservative. Stay in cash. You're not losing money, right? You're just waiting for the best opportunities and you're going to be super selective. Hence the 3 trades. Well, I'm only giving you 3 trades. I'm teaching you to be super selective and patient, okay? You can stay in cash and you only wait to the absolutely ideal times. And then you invest your money. If you can do that over and over again, you will make money like a billionaire investor and you won't be stuck frustrated like everyone else who is trading more. And I said it in other videos. I said it in the money management section, I believe, where my mentor taught me a lesson. He said your profit in trading is, I think he said, inversely proportional to how many times you trade. Now, when I first heard this, I was like, stop using all those big words. I translated it in my brain. Pretty much what it means is the more you trade, the less you make. And I never could understand why he only traded like 3 times a year. I thought he was just an older guy who didn't. I was like, oh, he's a millionaire. He can afford to only trade 3 times a year. I'm broke. I need to trade all the time. I need to double my account every month, But now 15 years later, I'm like, gosh, the guy was brilliant. He was like Warren Buffett, he was just really waited for the ideal opportunities and he sat patiently until those opportunities presented themselves. Hence why he was a millionaire and why I was still struggling. So now I'm passing on those same lessons and I'm pleading and I'm begging you. I hope you really get that. But ultimately, again, don't listen to me. Trust but verify. You always want to look at your results. And my results show me that my conservative approach right now, where I'm mostly in cash, and I stayed mostly in cash until I got a signal today on Apple, and then I jumped in. My results are showing me that my conservative approach is working. And because my conservative approach is based on not only the lessons my millionaire taught me, but also the lessons that I'm learning from Warren Buffett, by way of just kind of picking up bits and pieces of things he say along the way, kind of being a fan from a distance. All right, so that's what I have for you in this video. And again, I invite you to take part in this trading challenge. It's totally optional, but I will, as you know, I honor my word. I will post my results when I'm finished, and I will let you know how much money I make or lose, and also let you know how much my account increased or decreased, only placing 3 trades this entire month of April 2016. Take care, and as always, I hope this video added some value to your life. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.